Very quickly, I'm just going to give you a quick snapshot of some sort of more tactical things that we're doing here in Guilford County that may be of interest to you. Currently, as it relates to school security and safety and the well-being of our children. Currently, we're working on access controls, which is rekeying all exterior doors, fob access on certain doors, and camera buzzer system on all of our doors. We're roughly about 80% of completion on that. Again, that's 125 schools, so we're getting close to the finish line there. Our plan is to use some of the ESSER funds that many are aware of for district-wide voice over internet protocol phone systems and intercom upgrades at all of our schools. Our Board of Commissioners a couple of years ago approved, by way of a 2/3 bond, about $10 million to help support some of those efforts. We know that that's not nearly enough for these security elements that we wish to do, but it was certainly a step in the right direction. Right now, we've got an RFP to put the most current technology cameras on all of our buses. We've completed the radio frequency study, as many of you are aware of, which is the most technologically advanced communication system, so that in the event of an active shooter, we have the communication tools that we so desperately need. And that includes our first responder radio coverage systems. All of our new schools, which are part of a $300 million voter-approved bond last year, are going to be designed to include interior and exterior cameras, digital locks, classroom phones, intercoms, and campus-wide communications with first responders. In addition, the plan is to update all of our facilities to include these items as we go through our facilities master plan, and ideally have another bond initiative on the ballot in the next year or two. We also know that safety and security does not begin and end with hardware, software, cameras, or communication systems. We've heard at length today, and rightfully so, about the mental health and emotional intelligence challenges that we all face in the classroom as parents. I have 3 children, all in public school currently, and so I'm in the trenches with each one of you. Part of our sort of holistic effort is not only protection and prevention and lockdown drills. And I'll draw your attention to just 3 years ago as a great illustration of on the ground, really created a miracle that happened at Smith High School, which is really about 10, 12 minutes from here as the crow flies, with the help of Assistant Principal Ashanti Hines, behavioral specialist Patrick Jordan, and Officer D.K. Evans. Those 3 people prevented a Sandy Hook. Those 3 people, with their efforts, training, and understanding of situational awareness in a very dangerous event. A gentleman had 2 pistols that were drawn, and those 3 people relied on their training and relied on one another to prevent a Marjorie Stoneman, to prevent a Sandy Hook, and I could go on down the line. And so, again, going back to not just prevention and protection, but also effective responses and how we build capacity in the aftermath. The amount of mental health and resources that were poured into that school and for those children was miraculous. And we need more of that. And I'll draw your attention to what I believe is a crown jewel in the state of North Carolina, not just here in Guilford County, and that is our new behavioral health center that not only addresses adults, but also has a children's wing, which is so desperately needed. That was an effort that was 4 or 5 years in the making with the work with Cone Health, the Sandhills group, Sandhills Center, and our Guilford County elected officials. And that, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not had an opportunity to visit, I encourage you to do so. It's our new behavioral mental health system. So that, tied in with our school system, is, I believe, the pathway for success. And these whole child safety measures are even more important as we've learned. And that begins with neighbors, SROs, classroom teachers, the students themselves, parents, coaches, administrators. Again, it is a whole child effort. And my challenge today is for us to continue to lean in and accelerate in the safety and welfare of our children. And on behalf of the Guilford County Board of Education, our wonderful staff, the superintendent, I thank you for being here today. Welcome to Greensboro. I hope you get a chance to find some opportunities to recreate while you're here. And it's a pleasure serving you. Thank you very much.